look at the distributed property. First things first, we're just going to kind of recap what we do, okay? Now, so for this part here, all we're doing is kind of like restating the rule. So when we're dealing with a distributed property, what do I need to do when I distribute? I have to distribute to both, but what operation am I doing? Multiplication. So I'm going to do A times B, which is going to be AB. Then I'm going to do A times C, which is going to give us AC. Okay, from there, we also can do the same thing if it's subtraction. Okay, so A times B is AB. But in this case, we have A times negative C, so we'll get negative AC. And it really is that simple, so we're good to go. Okay, so we're going to go through some of these. We're kind of going to skip around through these just because there's certain ones I want to make sure we go over and talk about together versus then I'm going to let y'all do some on your own. Okay, so we're going to start just with 21. Okay, so for 21, what do I do first here? 7 times x, which is... Okay, then from there, I'm going to do 7 times 4, which gives us positive 28. Just like that. All right. I also want us to look at... Let me see which ones exactly I want to make sure we go over together. Yeah, let's go over 23. So for 23, okay, we have to distribute not only the 5, but we also have to distribute the negative. We have to do the whole. So negative 5 times y is going to give us negative 5y. Negative 5 times negative 6 is going to give us positive 30, because a negative and a negative make a positive. All right, let's go ahead and look at 25. Okay, so for 25, I have to distribute 6a to everything. So 6a times b is going to give us 6ab. And then 6a times 2c is going to give us 12 what? AC. All right, I also want to look at 26. So for 26, this one's a little different. What is 2x times x? 2x squared. All right, but what about 2x times 7? 14x. All right, then let's look at 27. How many different things am I going to have to distribute that 4 to? 3. So 4 times x gives us 4 times negative y is going to give us plus 8. All right. And then let's look at 29. So we are going to distribute this fraction. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, don't know what happened there. The only thing that's going to be a little bit different is when we distribute it, we can think of it as 7 over 1 and 18 over 1, just to make it easier on us. So when we distribute that, we're still going to go multiply. So numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. What is negative 1 times 7? Okay, and my denominator, what is 6 times 1? 6. So we get negative 7 6 x. Then we're going to do that same thing times 18. So negative 1 times 18 is going to give us 6 times 1 is... All right, from there, can I simplify negative 7 over 6? No, I cannot. So I'm just going to bring that down. Can I simplify negative 18 over 6? Yes. To what? Negative 3. And so that right there would be our answer. So I want y'all to take a second and I want y'all to do 22, 24, and 28. Do those 3 for me real quick. If you need help, raise your hand and I will be there. If y'all hear my tummy growl today, ignore it. I forgot to eat breakfast. My belly's been growling. 4x. go number, variable, number your variables and top of it. All right, for number 22, what did y'all get as the answer for 22? 2b minus 6. All right, for number 24, what did y'all get? All right, then for 28, what did y'all get? So to go from 1/3 times 9x minus 6 to 3x minus 2, the in-between step of that would be 9 over 3x and minus 6 over 3, which simplifies to 3x minus 2. So now we're going to actually look at the next page. So sometimes in order for us to simplify an expression, okay, that means first we're going to have to distribute so that we can combine like terms. Because as long as there's a parentheses there, we cannot combine any like terms. We have to get rid of that parentheses first. So we're going to look at some of these. So for 31, all right, for 31, we're going to look at how many different things do I have to distribute in this one problem? 2 different things, right? So first I'm going to do 9 times 2k, which is going to give us 18k. Then I'm going to do 9 times negative 4, which gives us negative 36. And then for the second half of this problem, I have to distribute 2, but what else do I need to distribute? The negative. So negative 2 times 7k is going to give us, negative 14k. And then negative 2 times negative 12 is going to give us positive 24. And then from here, we just combine like terms. Does 18k have any like terms? What is 18k minus 14k? Does negative 36 have any like terms? What? So negative 36 plus 24 is? Negative 12. And that right there is what we get. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and do number 33. All right, so for 33, is that 6 in front got anything going on with it? So we just need to bring that down, okay? And then we can actually start distributing. So 8 times 4w is what? 32w. 8 times negative 7 is? Okay, now, for the second half of this, what am I distributing?
Negative 1.
So, negative 1 times 2w is? Then negative 1 times 1 is? Negative 1. Now we combine like terms. So, does 32w have any like terms? What? So what is 32w minus 2w?
With the 6 on?
You can put the 6 first. So I did it that way solely because in our answer, we are going to put our variable term first. But if you would have started with that, that's fine too. Because you go variable term, constant term. All right, does 6 have any like terms? And so what is 6 minus 56? Negative 50. What is negative 50 minus 1? Negative 51. So like if you would have had that rearranged as this, you would have not been wrong. Okay, it's just whenever we write our answers in standard form, we will do variable term, then our constant term. All right, now for 35. Is anything happen with negative 15? All right, from there, what do I need to do? So negative 7, or negative 7x. And then what will we get? Negative 4. Then is anything happening with anything else? What do I need to do with it? Bring it down. All right. So variable terms. What are our variable terms? Which gives us what? Negative 10x. And then what is our constant terms? So what does that give us? Negative 18. All right. So I want you all to do the evens there. 30, 32, and 34. And if you need help, please let me know. I still love that one. You just make me laugh.
It's weird how like falling each other's it's like an actually nice pencil, but it's just like yeah.
I just, every time I look over your desk and I see the stick up on your house, it makes me want to get I love it.
It takes too much time. You could do it in the negative a negative plus a positive, what is that? You added?
Well, so you have negative 4x plus 4x. What is
Add? The.
You're adding.
Adding?
What is negative 4 plus 4?
Wait, what?
Negative 4 plus 4.
Hey.
Negative 4.
Oh.
You have 4 Snickers bars and you eat 3 of, or eat 4 of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's like if you have
Oh, wait, no, no.
So here. Which one is Yeah, that's right. You're right here. If you have negative, what is negative 4 plus 4? It's like if you have 4 Snicker bars, you eat 4 Snicker bars. How many Snicker bars do you have? Clearly I'm hungry. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. All right. So for 34, okay, you end up with negative 4x plus 4x, right? So when you do that, what is negative 4 plus 4? 0. Now, just because we throw the x in there, does it change that? It does not, does it? So, FYI, if you're ever having struggle thinking about it, it is genuinely kind of like if you have 4 Snicker bars, then you eat 4 Snicker bars. How many Snicker bars are left? 0. In this case, your variable x is your Snicker bar. Kind of what we're thinking. All right, so let's go ahead and look at these real quick. So for the first one, when we distribute, we get what? And then we combine like terms, and we get 10x minus 24. All right. For 32, does anything happen with that 10? Mm-mm. And then we have to distribute the negative. So when we do that, what do we get? And then combine like terms, what do we get? Not just 2y, but plus 16. Okay, so that is only when the negatives are like side by side like that. If they have something separating them, then no. All right, for 34. What is the answer for 34? It's just going to be 2. Yep, because we have negative 4x plus 2 plus 4x. So those are the exact same. We have negative 4 plus 4. That means they cancel out completely and we just get 0. All right, so we are good to go ahead and look at one-step equations. All right, so one-step equations have just that, one step, okay? The main thing that I want us to look at in this section is just making sure we remember how to undo different operations, okay? If we have addition, how do we undo addition? So what do I need to do to solve for m in number 1? So what is 10 minus 12? All right, for 2, how do I undo subtraction? So what do I need to do for this one? What is negative 2 plus 9? Does the answer being written like that affect anything? No, because that's the same thing as saying x equals 7, right? Those things mean the same thing. All right, now, for number 3, we have negative 7 times y. How do I undo that? Division. So divide both sides by negative 7. So y equals 13. All right. For 4, we have a divided by 9 equals negative 4. How do I undo division? Multiplication. All right, so when I do that, that gets rid of our denominator, so we get left with just a equals, what is negative 4 times 9? There we go. Now, we can also treat having a fraction in front of our variable as a one step, okay? So there are a couple strategies I can use. I could first multiply by the denominator, then divide by the numerator. I could do that, but that's a lot, okay? We can do it in one step, though. The way we can do it in one step is if I was to do this problem, and you don't have to write this. Please don't write this. Divide both sides by 2/3. What is the same thing as dividing by a fraction? We talked about this last week. Multiplying by the reciprocal, keep, change, flip. So to get rid of that whole fraction, we can just multiply by the reciprocal and do it all in one step. So for number 5, what would the reciprocal of 2/3 be? 3/2. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3/2. So when I do that, these two fractions cancel themselves out. And we get x equals, now over here, I can simplify this. What is 10 times 3? And then 1 times 2? And then can I simplify to what? Now, you can also do something like cross simplification, not to be confused with cross multiplication, okay? And what I mean by that is if I have these two things right here, can I say 3 divided by 10? But could I do 10 divided by 2? Yeah. So when I do that, it's kind of like I simplify that fraction instead of the one that's written like that. So what can go into both 10 and 2? Into 2? 2, right? 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is, then 5 times 3 is 15. That's another strategy you can use for that instead of multiplying everything then dividing it. You can simplify as you go. For number 7, what is the reciprocal I need to multiply by here? Not just 5/6, but negative 5/6. All right, so this side gets all canceled, and we get A equals, okay, we can do it either way. So in this case, I cannot simplify 5/6, but can I simplify 12/6? What can go into both 12 and 6? 6. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. 6 divided by 6 is, so that's my new fraction. What is 2 times negative 5? Negative 1, which is just negative 10. Yep. You can do it that way, or you could have done it 12 times negative 5 is negative what? I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember. It's negative 60, yeah. And then divide that by 6, which gives you negative 10. Either way works. I do not care which strategy you use to simplify fractions, okay? It is entirely up to you and what makes the most sense to your brain. These calculators can also help you a bunch. There is a way to simplify fractions on this calculator, and it will help you and do that for you, okay? I want you to get more comfortable with fractions. So whatever way makes the most sense in your brain is fine with me. It's just make sure you're doing it in the correct way. So if you have questions, if your way makes sense, if you are making mathematical sense, we are good to go. Okay? I'm never going to say you have to do it a specific way. That's not me, because there's multiple right ways to do it. But I am going to ask you if your way makes mathematical sense. And I am going to ask you to explain it. Okay? Because you can copy a different way off the internet. That doesn't mean you understand it. Okay? If you're doing it differently than I am, or differently than a way I have showed in class, be prepared to justify your thinking. Does that make sense? Yes. You can't justify your thinking, we're going to have problems. We're good on that? Perfect. All right, so do 6 and 8. Do 6 and 8. Yes. Yes. Josh, you want some blood sugar?
See, I can't, this is the problem I'm having.
I was just making sure that I wasn't making sure. Because I made the pass and then I started questioning myself. I was like, wait, did I get the name wrong? I don't think I got the name wrong. I think I got the name wrong.
Are you officially by the number? Are you good?
I will be there.
Two. I've been talking to like teachers who said that they're going to be here for
I'm gonna go. Hopefully, I don't have to leave earlier. Because I'll be here for open house for sure, but it just depends. I'm hoping my husband gets off work early tomorrow, so that way my doggy isn't going to be home by herself for super long. I'm going to be at the pep rally for a little bit. I will appear with 6.
Last year, I couldn't march so this is going to be my first time going.
That'll be fun though. All right, for 6. What do I do? What do I need to multiply by? 9/4. All right, so we get y equals, what can this simplify down to? So we can do it a couple different ways. What is 8 times 9?
72.
What is 72 divided by 4?
Oh, you said 18.
It is 18. So we would get negative 18 there, okay? And another way we could do that to get smaller numbers is, what goes into both 8 and 4? 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So we have negative 2 times 9, which gives us negative 18. Either way works. 4, 8. What do I multiply both sides by? Now, is it really necessary for me to do negative 2 over 1? Not really necessary for me to put the over 1, right? Because it's just, yeah. So what is negative 9 times negative 2? 18. Because that would just be all of that over 1, which, does dividing something by 1 change anything? No. All right. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't like these. I don't like that. The reason I don't like that is because of what is on the next page. Okay? Because it says this like this is how to do all of them. But that's not true. Because there are different types of two-step equations that we can have. That's not the automatic order we go in. So I'm actually going to bounce back and forth between this ones and the next ones. So we're going to look at number 9. Okay, so for number 9, what do I need to do first? So when I look at this, if I wanted to get rid of this times 6 first, is 8 being multiplied by 6? No. So if I wanted to get rid of that, I would not only have to divide it from here and here, but where else would I have to divide it from? 8. Do I want to do that? That's extra work for myself. So I would want to move the thing that's not attached to the multiplication and division first, which would be what? Subtract the 8. Okay, and so we get 6x equals 42. Divide both sides by x equals 7. All right, so when it is set up like this, where everything's kind of separate, you will usually go addition first, addition or subtraction, then dividing or multiplying. But sometimes, like on the next section, it will be like this, okay? When I look at this, what all is being divided by 8? X plus 11, right? The whole thing is. So before I can deal with that plus 11, what do I need to get rid of first? The 8. So I would multiply both sides by 8. We get x plus 11 equals, what is negative 3 times 8? Negative 24. All right, then from there, what do I do? Subtract 11. So we get x equals I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. But do you see the difference in both of those problems? Like in how sometimes whatever operation is happening that you need to move first to be able to deal with the rest of it, that's what you got to move. So you got to think about it a little bit. So I want us to look at some more of these. I'm going to go through just the rest of the odds all in a row. So we'll go through 11. I know I'm making you skip back and forth, but I just wanted to talk about the differences there and why I didn't like those directions. Because it made it seem like you always add or subtract first. No, sometimes you have to multiply first. It just depends on how the problem's written and what's happening in the problem. So for number 11, do I need to move, or do I need to get rid of the divided by 2 or the minus 7 first? So is negative 7 being divided by 2? So should I move that first? All right. The only time you get rid of this first, okay, is if it's happening to everything. Okay, does that make sense? So the example we just did, everything is being divided by 8. Do you see that? Whereas right here, only the x is being divided by 8. So to be able to move the denominator has to be on a side where everything's with the denominator. So is 7 included in that fraction?
No.
So we got to move that fraction, move to get the fraction by itself to deal with it. So add 7 first. All right, so we have x over 2 equals,
So times 2. 16.
yep, then we'll times 2 on both sides. And we get x equals 32. Okay, then we're going to do, let's look at 13. Minus 22 on both sides. Because, does this fraction have anything to do with this? So before I can get rid of it, I got to move the 22. So subtract 22 on both sides.
26.
Yep. So we get 3/5 x equals 6. Then we got to multiply by the whole reciprocal because it's a whole fraction. Well, if it's just a denominator, we can get rid of just the denominator. But if it's a whole fraction, we do the whole thing. All right. So we get x equals, we can simplify this. What is 6 times 5? What is 30 divided by 3? It is 10. Yeah. All right. Let's look at 17. All right. What do I need to do first on 17? Multiply by -6. Why can't I move this yet? Because it's still got a denominator, right? So we're going to multiply both sides by -6. -6 times 1 is? All right. Then we have a minus 13. How do I solve that? What is -6 plus 13? 7? Yeah, because 7 plus 7 is 14. So that, yeah. Equals a. All right. So what I want y'all to do with the rest of class is I want you to finish the even two-step equation questions. So 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. And I will put the answer here so you can check your answer. If you have questions, I want you to ask me. Yes. Here we go.